Welcome to 44 Million ENT. Chilling with your boy Henry Ali. Yeah, we're gonna kick this thing out with some good tomorrow. Is that you, God?
Ain't it something?
Yeah, welcome to 44 Million ENT.
I ain't nothing. And our soul comes from suffering. Something's alive in me. Something keeps driving me. And it keeps right on surprising me. And I tell you, it ain't me. And I can't see, is that you, God? And I can't see, and it sure ain't me, it must be God.
God, got something to tell you. I think about when I lost half of my leg. I think about the creek that left 40,000 dead. I think about the troops coming home from the east. I think about taking a mark and worshiping the beast. I think about Revelations 19 and 20, Isaiah 18 and Jeremiah 50. I think about me, my mama and my brother, how we grew up on Chapel Road and had to struggle. I think about all the victims of the hurricane. I think about all the homeless folk when it rained. I think about when we came over here slaves, and when it's time to leave, who gon' wanna stay?
It ain't me, and I can't see, is that you, God? And I can't see, and it sure ain't me, it must be God.
Sometimes I don't make the right choice. You know my mama says she hear it in my voice. I'm just a brother with a plan and a purpose. So my hands get sweaty when I'm nervous. Got some good people standing in my circle. Family matters, got some folk that'll hurt you, or maybe even help you. It's showing love for the bros, cause the blood be shelter. And it came with a sacrifice at a time when the people of the world wasn't living right. Now it's even worse than it ever was. When I see my kids, I'ma get a hug.
It ain't me, and I can't see, is that you, God? And I can't see, and it sure ain't me, it must be God.
Is that you, God? I hope so. Now listen, it's morning and the prodigal sun is shining. I yawn and stretch and get dressed for some mountain climbing. I wear it well, but this is not by my designing. The inevitable has impeccable timing. And if you left it up to me, I'd say never. Only God could have brought us back together. And all I say is I obey, you see. That family tree is tatted on my back forever. And I feel purpose. The Salvation Army's at your service. Act like you heard it, cause our only challenge is balance. But I believe that the will of God is perfect. Now let's go.
It ain't me, and I can't see, is that you, God? And I can't see, and it sure ain't me, it must be God.
Look at the way he dress, look at the way he talk. My whole attitude is mine and it's so fault. Give or write the scripture, hope you get the picture. It gives me the answers to my different issues. Life is pain, we can conversate and bring the light over and over. The bills keep coming, right? The devil's gonna test you, but really no pressure. Just believe, have faith, and he'll direct you. Diamonds and dollar signs, they on my red slippers. Money maker in my time, happy hour tipper. Synchronize my rhymes just to help the crime rate. Hope my words change your life, help my people say.
It ain't me, and I can't see, is that you, God? And I can't see, and it sure ain't me, it must be God. It ain't me, and I can't see, is that you, God? can't see. And it sure ain't me, it must be God.
Yeah. Man, blessings be to all, man. It's good to be here. Another opportunity, another blessed day, to be able to come and talk to, what I'm saying, the people of God and just the people of the world, It's always a blessing when you can, communicate with others. Man, we're going to get right off into this thing today. As you can see, the subject matter, real simple, right to the point. In God we trust. Really. I asked that question. It brings to mind to me a situation when you're dealing with evils. Let's just put it like that. For we know, and if you don't know, the Bible clearly states that the love of money is the root of all evil. Okay, so let's look at this thing. Here we are with money printed, and on the front of it, well, I guess on the back to some, it says, "In God we trust." Now it's interesting to me that now that we are in what they call a pandemic situation where people are dying by the thousands, all of a sudden now we want to go back to God. Well, hold on, America. While we was riding on the high horse and eating off the high hog, or whatever you want to whatever phrase you want to say, living your best life, getting it in, making it rain. We had no trust in God. The proof is in the pudding. See, because if we really had that trust in God, like we print on our money, see that homeless problem that we have here in America, we wouldn't have one. See, I spoke on this, and it's definitely coming, part 2 of this. I had some great, feedback on that, co-nigger virus. But when you think about it, you have to go back and look at part 1 of that and see the symptoms of co-nigger virus. But when you're looking at the situations here in America, see, you got people that went on the front lines to die for the so-called freedoms that we supposed to enjoy here in America. See, I ain't gonna touch them far eastern and talk about China and all of them. Let's just focus on home. Because we the ones that's got on our money. In God we trust. Well, if you trust in God, I'm trying to understand. We talking about a pandemic, right? And my heart goes out to all of those who are affected by this severe virus. But this other virus that I talked about earlier this week, this co-nigger virus, I'm looking at it and I'm trying to understand the pandemic of us as Americans not being able to just coexist with each other without all of the murder and violence and all of the things that go on amongst us. But as I look at the pandemic of that situation, it ties back to that all-American mighty dollar, which has its print saying, "In God we trust." You have had more people. Statistics show that 80% of the crime in America has to do is money related. People are dying over this all-American mighty dollar every day. Now, how are we going to sit up now, famine and disease now? People all leave the Bible. I have, God bless my brothers and, out there, my brothers and sisters out there that send me, stuff on Instagram or wherever, about, they come at me talking about Jesus. All right, cool. That's fine and dandy. Notice I didn't even touch the Bible. I ain't coming with no scripture today. I told you, the love of money is the root of all evil. We know that. We see that. So if you want to take that biblical, that's fine. But I'm looking at now those who want to exclude Jesus out of the equation. All right, cool. Let's exclude Jesus. Now, what we doing when you exclude Jesus, now, during this nigger virus, if you excluded Jesus and say this is not your personal savior and that's a myth and that's this, that, and the third, okay, cool. So in your daily life, are you trusting God? In your daily life, are you doing the things of your brothers and your sisters that is of God? Our only responsibility here on earth is to take care of one another. So now that we are headed back to the barter system, something I spoke on months ago, now that we are headed back to the barter system, now we want to cry out, "Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh God," but here you are in this very country. Money printed. People are dying by the thousands. People are being incarcerated over this same dollar. Families are being torn apart over this same dollar. You've even had the nerve, now it's tax season, you've even had the nerve to let the government put a price on our baby's head and how much they're worth when it's time to file taxes. But yet and still, we'll holler, "In God we trust." It's amazing to me that now, of course, we want to cry out, "God, God, oh, help us, Lord, help us, Lord." Well, I want to ask America this. What in this country have we done for God lately? You don't even have the godly awards. Who's been the most godly of the year? We don't even have those, the MVG, most valuable godly person. We don't have those type of awards. Then now we want to holler now that, get nervous and all of this type of stuff. If you've been doing right, I mean, people ask me, but I just tell them, if you've been, people, man, Ali, why you not so nervous and worried? Man, because if you been doing right by your brothers and sisters, what you worried about? Have common sense. If they're saying stay in the house, stay in the house. God did give us common sense. But see, all of this comes about because now we've been so hard-headed, old children of Israel. Man, that baffles my mind when I talk to my people because, I know how we so quick to say we the chosen people, we the lost children of Israel. Oh Lord have mercy. Okay, children, oh ye children of Israel. Why haven't we cured that co-nigger virus that's in our communities? This black on black crime. You lost and say that master lost us. Hell, we still lost and still ain't under master rule. Now you want to sit up there and, well, you is under master rule. Hell yeah, we all slaves now. White, black, brown, green. Shit, we all wait on the lunch bell to say we can take a break at work. Hell, we all slaves now, so it is what it is. Now that the plantation shut down. Now we have to go back to the barter system. Now, when the plantation up and running, why can't we still be on this same love tip that we are on now? They tell us social distancing now. You ain't supposed to be speaking to people. But everybody want to speak now. Everybody want to do a good deed before they leave here. Understand this, y'all. If we trusting in God, we better trust in him all the time. Don't wait till no pandemics and no epidemics and all of this stuff. That co-nigger virus has been going on for centuries. And it affects the heart and the brain. When you're heartless towards your brothers and sisters, despite their need. But see, that's what killed me about that co-nigger virus. See that co-nigger virus, you sit up there and you can detect it real easy. See that co-nigger virus, you always have that person, whether it be male or female, that's always, got their hand out and want something. But soon it's time for you to need something from them, they don't even want to help you. So you can find co-nigger virus in our communities real easy. This on all nationalities and all creeds. You forget about when I gave you the ride to the store and I come over and I ask you for a cup of sugar. You forget about when we went to the club and you ain't had all the money to get in and I helped you get in the club that night. Then I ask you for some McDonald's another day and you get mad about it. See, that's that co-nigger virus. Or you borrow my boat and go out in the water and you ain't catch no damn fish, right? You going out there to party on my boat, but when I need to use your truck to move my refrigerator, you getting mad at me. Whatever level you want to put it on, yacht, whatever, however y'all want to, shoes, clothes, even amongst brothers and sisters. Sisters arguing because they come home and see another one in their dress that they done bought, but forgot that they borrowed something from them maybe a year ago. Brothers getting mad at brothers because they see one in another pair of shoes and forgot, hell, big brother, help you mow the yard to get the shoes, man. But see, we sit up here with this hiding behind Congress. See, now they want to tell you it's a state and local issue. See, y'all, man, look here. If this don't wake us up as a nation, as a people, around the world, this makes no, listen, y'all, listen. I really want y'all to go and check the numbers on pneumonia and the flu. The statistics still are showing me that the ages of 5 and under, babies are dying by the thousands from pneumonia. Come on, man, look here, bro. it's real. It is what it is. But all this hollering and crying and stuff and all that old, stay at the house. It's real simple. But we want to turn around and say, oh, in God we trust, and hide behind Congress and think. And I'm telling, like I just was about to tell you, it's a state and local issue now. It's always a state and local issue, people. Why we walking around here like we just dumbfounded or something, like, we don't know the real. But we so caught up in saying the money make the world go round. Man, look here. They done showed us their generosity. Now check this out now. This printed money out of thin air. Is nothing back in this $2 trillion now. But the fact that they trust that this ailment will pass by and we'll go back to work. That's what this is the thought process in that. We got to pay that back some kind of way. Americans. Listen, y'all. See, it's showing our hand to the world on what we produce. We don't even, man, look how in this, the richest country in the world, how is our medical or hospital establishments looking for proper protective equipment to protect themselves while assisting patients? This is what they do every day, regardless if it's coronavirus, the flu, pneumonia, cancer, AIDS, Ebola, bird flu, all this stuff that came through here. Look at the kingdoms, y'all. Look how they was destroyed. O ye children of Israel. Don't forget that Moses was raised up under Pharaoh. Don't forget it was Pharaoh's daughter who found that Hebrew baby sailing up the river. Don't forget that, y'all. And Moses was raised up in the kingdom. That's why he had the nerve to say, let my people go. Now, I'm just trying to get through to those who want to get through too. If it ain't for you, it ain't for you. I ain't mad at you. I'm just trying to get people to understand that this co-nigger virus is way worse than this coronavirus. See, because guess what? Now, after they find the vaccine, I might reveal the vaccine today. But after they find the vaccine for the coronavirus, are we going to go back to the same old thing here in America, having homeless people, our military veterans coming home with no place to go? Now you got to think, it's some doctors and nurses out here that are putting themselves in harm's way. Do we have some type of package to take care of them? Because if you treat them like our military veterans, oh Lord have mercy, I pray for them. If you treat our doctors and nurses that's on the front line, they be so quick. They so quick. Oh, yeah, they on the front line. Okay, yeah, they on the front line. But hell, you ain't treated the teachers who on the front line every day raising our children, putting up with their bad selves. You ain't took care of them. Hell, you ain't took care of the fire department and our firefighters. You got 9/11 firefighters had to go up to Congress, had to go up to Capitol Hill after they went in there and risked their lives in 9/11 to save as many people as they possibly could. Come out with all kind of respiratory problems and all kind of, leukemia and leukemia, all kind of cancer and all kind of stuff. And you talking about firefighters had to go policemen had to go after what they did in 9/11. Now, is this a trick or something y'all trying to kill off those remaining firefighters and police people that's getting that situation in New York? Because it looks like it's a virus out here that directly affects their respiratory systems. Now you better look at, now you see the home for moms. I said this before. Home for moms and all of this elderly living for the baby boomers. Y'all better pay attention now. They telling all the baby boomers to stay at home. But when they needed that in God we trust, that all-American dollar, they was telling them go out to the factories. Be productive. But all of the jobs, you got to understand, they forced the baby boomers out of the workforce. Because the jobs that they used to do by hand, they took the computer and replaced them. See, that Coniga virus is something serious. This ain't just something that must be from in the black community. No, this comes from the top to the bottom. See, because they'll find a vaccine for this coronavirus. They'll find a vaccine for that. Probably already got one. But it ain't none of your business. Just like 9/11, we still walking around here thinking that a plane, I told you to go look, do your research. In 1970, I think it was 79, they took a 747 plane and flew it into the side of a mountain made by God, the same one we put on our money and say, in God we trust, same God. Flew this plane into a God-created mountain. The 2 titanium engines were found in full attack. The wings on the plane were still notifiable, and the tail of the plane was almost semi-partial intact. And on 9/11, they're going to tell you that a plane flew into the side of the Pentagon. A man-made structure. Let me say that again, because I want people that nigga say God. The Pentagon, a man-made structure. And you telling me that same 747 plane flew into the side of the Pentagon and evaporated? With all this technology, they gave us 3 still shots, a flash, and then a boom. You got to understand, man, they do stuff right here in front of our eyes, piss on us and tell us it's raining, and then they give you a little bit of in God we trust to soothe or to pacify our situations. See, it's cool now. Everybody can chill at the crib now because we got all out of the amenities. See, you still got your internet. Hell, you still able to come online and hell, even listen to my crazy behind. But what happens when all of that shuts down? See, that vaccine for that Coniga virus is real simple. It's not complicated at all. It doesn't even take a rocket scientist. They say, are you smarter than a 5th grader? Hell, I believe a kindergartner. I believe a kindergartner, maybe even a preschooler. Or maybe a baby fresh out the womb, when it looks at his parents and it gives a smile, can understand the vaccine for this Coniga virus that's been going on for centuries and generations. Some may say, well, Ali, you talking all crazy. What's the vaccine for this coronavirus? It's real simple. And it's one word, but has many actions, a plethora of emotions and an unprecedented way of actions. My grandmother told me at her 90th birthday party that this vaccine, this word, some have mistaken it and used it as a noun, but she said she didn't have no more than a 6th grade education, and she told me that this word was an action word, so therefore it made it a verb. This vaccine I'm talking about, to cure that hate. Prime examples of coronavirus to when you got your brothers and sisters down and out, and they have nowhere to turn, and you won't even give them water to drink when they thirsty. That coronavirus, that when you know that Congress has the power to send out right now $2 trillion, they could have paid Negroes reparations, but they had a severe case of that coronavirus. You talking about even the things we do amongst ourselves. When you see somebody on the side of the road, we have coronavirus so much till we don't even know if we can trust to help people on the side of the road, because we have so much inner killing amongst ourselves, fighting over that all-American dollar. In God we trust. That's the pandemic. That's the ultimate coronavirus. Then you have television to go with it, the poison, but that's another day. That's on part 2 of coronavirus. But right now, we have the vaccine. It's in all of us. God gave us all the vaccine to cure that. And this word my grandmother taught me is love. Love. We done butchered that word. Some of us spell it L-U-V. Love. I love you too. Love. This ultimate vaccine. That thing that affects your heart and your brain. We're talking about love. We're talking about unconditional love. We're not talking about love with conditions on it. That's coronavirus. Being able to forgive. Never to forget, but being able to forgive those who've misused you, who've dragged your name through the mud, who've done all kind of mischievous things to you. You have to learn how to forgive. Even when people want to take your ideas and make them into their own, you have to understand that is coronavirus, and you have to forgive. See, now that subject matter and that notion of us folding up God and putting him in our pocket and then say we trust that. Now, people will trust that which is folded up in your pocket versus you trusting the fact that you speaking to your brother or speaking to your sister will last forever, or being nice and courteous to your brothers and sisters will last longer than the money. No. That coronavirus is so severe. You'll believe what's folded up in your pocket versus your brothers and sisters who you see every day. You want to get biblical on it, you know the scripture. How can you love a man whom you've never seen and hate your brothers whom you dwell with daily? Impossible. Come on, let's be real. If you want to trust God, you have to start with that vaccine of love. If you want to trust God, you have to let that type of love, God gave us an unconditional love because we have our own thought process. Now, if we continue to choose to let people piss on us and tell us it's raining, this is our own thought process. But if you take your time and see clearly through all of this co-nigger virus, you'll see the light. And once you see the light, then forgiveness is always present. See, because that's what grace and mercy come in at. It's only by grace and mercy that we even exist. Now, you talking about trust God, man? What you mean trust God? Well, okay, let's look at America. People want to say, some may want to say Babylon. Some may want to say the modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. Modern day. Oh man, the Bible was written by man. All right, cool. Say the Bible was written by man. Well, take that essence out of it. So why we still don't get along as people? The division, you want to blame. Listen, we as people want to blame everything and every theory and every piece of literature written to try to help us. We'll go against those theories and logics because we act like those people who wrote those theories and logics did not experience anything. See, we can't believe that stuff of that time because we don't live in that time. Case in point. Let's look at the television. And I ain't gonna hold y'all long. I'm gonna get out of here. Let's look at the television. One of the biggest elements of co-nigger virus. Now, here's an element in which you think back to David, Moses, Pharaoh, King James himself. You know, this is the King James version of the Bible, right? Elijah Muhammad. I ain't gonna leave out, you know what I'm saying? You know. Let's look at it. Buddha, all of it. Now, they didn't have a TV back then. The Egyptians, the pharaohs, the Sphinx, all the great queens and kings, you know, we can go through all of them. They didn't have the TV. They didn't have television. They didn't have television. See, because that's what television is telling a vision through someone else's words. So then we'll go against the scribes, in which this was handwritten by those who lived that experience. We'll rather go against that so we can believe what we can see on television. We've gotten to the point now till we've disowned God so much, because if you want to know something, you don't go to God no more. You go Google it. Can I get a new house? Google it. Versus going on your knees and praying to God, can I get a new house? Even get your new television set. Can I get a new TV? Google it. Now you tell me how the Pharisees, the kings and queens and all that before the television, you tell me how did they communicate? Man, we better stop playing with ourselves. sitting around here thinking that, you know. Now let me ask y'all a question. I want y'all to think about this. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm just gonna get out of here just like that. Now, if you get this stimulus package, which I pray every American get it, because it's no reason why you don't. You pay your taxes. You pay your taxes, and I'll just explain this real quick. The reason I say every American should receive it, because every American pay taxes. If you done bought a pack of gum, on the package it say 35 cents, right? When you get to the register, you tell me if you pay 35 cents. Okay? When you go to that refrigerator and even that toilet paper that we done went and bought all of it up. But if we done went and bought all of it up, right? By the time you take it off the shelf and you take it to the register, if it say $3.99 on the shelf, tell me if you pay $3.99 when you get to the register. So you already pay your taxes, y'all. So every taxpaying American, if you done bought anything in this country, you have already bought the masks and gowns and all of this PPE that our doctors and nurses need, and our government was supposed to be stockpiling this stuff in case of emergency. Do y'all not see how vulnerable we are here in America? Very vulnerable. We're very vulnerable here in America, y'all. Do y'all understand why? See, for one, we as human beings, they took home economics out of school. So our young people don't know how to even start to begin to sew a mask together. You feel that? Now they have that poison, you know, that good element of coronavirus, that television. Now, here we are now. I see now they put out on Instagram, they had, he's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Now, okay, when we come through this pandemic, are we still gonna be connected like we are now on every level, every social issue? Because now we should see that all of that ain't nothing but chewed up grass. That's all it is. All of these Democratic Party, Republican Party, all of that ain't nothing but chewed up grass. Y'all have to go find out what chewed up grass is. Check out a bull. But all it is chewed up grass, y'all. Man, before I get out here, I'm definitely going to play, you know, a song that, you know what I'm saying, R.I.P. to the late, great Kenny Rogers, you know, and people might, you know, think that's funny or something, but, you know, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm at this point with it, y'all. As I came with this topic today, and I want us to really think about, you know, in God we trust. Do we really? Do we really trust God? See, because I believe that, you know, it's definitely a choice we making. You know, it's something that we have to do as a people. It's nothing that anybody else can do for us that we can't do for ourselves. Like loving one another, getting along with one another, having peace amongst each other, peace amongst the nations. What's wrong with that? There's nothing on God's earth wrong with peace. Now, how much hell do we really have to go through? Like, do we understand that, like, God is really just, he tired of us, man. We've been doing too much. I don't want to sit there and preach on Sodom and Gomorrah and, all of that. I don't want to get to preaching on all of that, because I ain't no preacher. And I'm pretty sure y'all heard Sunday service today. I'm just trying to help us, get ready, and hopefully let's start to prepare to get rid of this nigger virus after we come through this coronavirus. Now, as I find this selection, man, there's a lot of choices that we have to make right now to save our own lives, and I don't want anybody to put themselves in harm's way if they don't have to. But while we here now, let's not be antisocial just because we have to have social distancing. All right? So we do have the mechanisms and things of that nature to communicate with our family members, even if we can't get to them right now. So let's make sure we use all of those tools that we can to reach out to our loved ones. Hey, y'all, it's been another blessing. Hey, I appreciate y'all for stopping by. I appreciate all the love on Instagram, Facebook. Hey, I appreciate, Malika, Missouri, always holding it down. Hey, I pray for all of those across the world. And, hey, I believe that we are the world. You know what I'm saying? And I really do believe that. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for stopping by, chilling with your boy, Henry Ali. Hey, man, this been a 44 Million ENT production. Hey, Truth Talk Radio. Hey, man, it's been a blessing. Hey, I love y'all, man. Y'all stay up. Y'all be safe. God bless.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We all a part of God's great big family. And the truth, love is all we need. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving.
There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. Well, send them your heart so they know that someone cares, and their lives will be stronger and free.
As God has shown us by turning stone to bread. And so we all must lend a helping hand. We are